Yet another case of that person playing on his totally not PS Vita. Yeah, it's pretty much everywhere now. Oh yeah, they totally did, we know that. The sad thing about this is that even if Kamoshida himself is punished, the rest of the school may not be, or at least the people who covered for him may not be. Hearing about that Madarame again. Yes, don't say that, well, I mean, you know, don't meow that out loud. If somebody in here speaks cat, we're in trouble.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we also have exams.
Open your textbooks.
Yeah, I wonder if studying the tale of the bamboo cutter, and this sounds really presumptuous of me, I hope this isn't like offensive or anything, but I kind of wonder if studying this is like the equivalent of studying Shakespeare in like English literature classes. Because this is a pretty classic Japanese story. And yeah, I think I actually said that when I talked about Kaguya in Persona 4. Some people think that it is actually science fiction. But this conversation's pretty funny because Kawakami has an interesting opinion on the story. In some versions of the story, some of the suitors even die. Though really, the only reason she gave them the impossible task was because she either wasn't interested in them, or just wanted to distance herself from them because she was immortal and they weren't. In the Studio Ghibli version, I particularly like this one. In the Studio Ghibli version, they all profess their love by saying, "Oh, I love you as much as the burning pelt of the fire rat," and then she's like, "Okay, well, then go get me those things. You love me that much, right? You do that." And then they're like, hang on, let me think for a moment. But yeah, this question's actually not about the tale of the bamboo cutter at all. What is the literal translation of the phrase femme fatale? Well, it would be French, but this is kinda accurate to what it means, but no, it's soulmate. For some people maybe, but no, yes, it's fatal woman.
This is it.
Pretty sure it's French.
Exactly.
So apparently Joker only says the "this is it" voice clip if you get the question right. If not, he says or something like that. And she just said it was French. Morgan Le Fay, I don't even think is in some versions of the legend. Also, in fact, wasn't she benevolent originally, and like it was only later versions that changed her role? Meanwhile, the only reason I know about Queen Salome is because she's the namesake of a really good skill in Persona Q that inflicts all 3 binds on an enemy. And yes, Carmen is often considered an example of one, though she's treated a bit more sympathetically than you would expect for the archetype.
Nice going.
Another thing that I know about the whole femme fatale archetype is that, in Shin Megami Tensei, the mainline games, there's a classification of demons that's simply called femme in English, and it was probably meant to be short for femme fatale, because a lot of things like, succubus is knight. I know that a lot of, like, female demons that are known for seducing people and leading to them, to their doom are part of the femme classification in SMT. To be a cat and not need to study. When your only cares in the world are chasing mice and eating, and finding lamps to sleep on.
None of these posts are any good. Everyone's just bitching about their parents or their boyfriends. There ain't even a hint about a new palace.
We can't get everything online. Finding a post with a name and location is asking a lot.
Guess we just gotta find one ourselves then.
Are you seriously suggesting we look for a target that even the police have overlooked?
Yeah, you're right. We should probably just hold off till exams are done with, huh? We can wait and see for a little longer, then worry about coming up empty-handed if it happens.
Oh,
I know what scene this is. I can finally get to give context to something that I've been saying all game.
this place is off limits, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, I didn't know. If I see someone who's not allowed here, I will inform you immediately.
We'll get out of here once we're done chatting. Anyways, What's Miss Council President want with us?
The troublemaker, the center of gossip, and the infamous transfer student. Interesting combination.
Here we go. In the original translation, instead of the center of gossip, she said the girl of rumor. I have no idea how the original translators thought that was acceptable. It just... Okay, so when it comes to translation, my rule of thumb is if I can read a line and instantly in my head think, that probably sounded better in Japanese, then it's not a good translation.
Great way to start a conversation.
By the way, it seems as though you got to know Mr. Kamoshida pretty well. Are you playing dumb with me?
It just goes to show how little interaction he had with him.
I heard Mr. Kamoshida used a volleyball team member to spread details of your past record. Don't you hate him? Mr. Kamoshida, I mean.
Well, I mean, everyone at the school does now. I don't think that really narrows it down.
What's all this about? My friend here's an upstanding guy.
I don't mean to offend. Many students have been shaken up by what happened with Mr. Kamoshida. The rumors about that odd calling card-esque posting aren't going away either.
I didn't expect someone like you would care about that tactless stuff, Mijima-senpai.
I don't know that it was tactless.
Don't say that.
Anyways, we done here? We can't leave if you keep talking to us.
At least try to understand my position. Being forced to deal with this horseplay.
Yeah, horseplay's a weird word. It was one of those when I was a kid, the only context I'd heard it in was puns involving actual horses, so I thought it was something to do with horses.
Horseplay?
Ah yes, by the way. It's been decided that this place will be closed off due to the incident. I heard some people are coming up here without permission, after all. I'm sorry to have interrupted you.
Well, there goes our hideout.
What was that about?
It was only a matter of time, really.
She's onto us. That girl seems rather sharp. We should be cautious of her.
She really pisses me off. Yeah, talk about a pain in the ass.
That reminds me. Study hard. Especially you, Ryuji. There are bound to be traps that will need to be solved with brains.
So yeah, in other words, we will need intelligence to get past dungeon puzzles.
Keep in mind that everything you do in your daily lives has an impact on your abilities.
Yeah, I do kind of wonder what the social stats look like for the other members of the party.
True. Studying won't be so bad if we just think of it as helping us prepare to be phantom thieves.
I guess you got a point. But man, it's just so lame. I was all fired up about helping people, not about studying.
Well, I do have somewhere interesting to show you beforehand. You guys did originally promise to help me out with my mission after all.
Huh? Mission?
Follow me.
And so,
What are you bringing us here for?
we're getting into the real meat of what we'll be doing today.
Just do as I told you.
Alright, I've got the Phantom Aficionado website up. Now what?
Look for a post with a full name in it.
I already said there's no info on any big shots, don't you remember? But man, people actually go put someone's real name on here. That's some scary shit.
Yeah, if they were just posting the name of somebody they just didn't like and got them targeted, yeah, we've got to be careful we don't abuse our power in that way.
You won't listen to what I say. No, wait. There's no name on this one.
Someone's bad-mouthing me in online chat rooms. This one's got a name.
Ignore those. Aren't there any posts about more serious trouble?
I don't know what to do about my ex who's stalking me. His name is Natsuhiko Nakanohara. It says he's a teller at City Hall.
A government worker stalking someone?
That should be a suitable target. Alright, now get the meta-nav ready.
We're just gonna jump right into a palace? Fine by me.
Hey! What happened to all that talk of unanimous decision? What do you think we should do?
Well, I mean, it does seem like a pretty bad guy. I suppose we'll find out from his shadow whether the rumors are true.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay then, let's go.
Yeah, now that we've said it, she's like, oh yeah, fine, I'm on board.
We need a name and a place, right? So the name is...
Actually, we don't need a location this time. Just enter exactly what I say. The key word is... Mementos.
Huh? What are you trying to pull?
Just listen to me. It should work. I think.
Ah, jeez. That again? Mementos, was it?
Candidate found.
We got a hit?
Just as I thought.
And now we finally know what this thing he was talking about back during our early infiltrations into Kamoshida's palace.
Everyone disappeared.
Except the Kanami poster is still here. I guess she's famous even in the metaverse.
It kind of feels like I'm walking on air.
Is this that Nakanohara guy's palace?
That's half right, but half wrong. This is a type of palace, but it's different from the normal ones. Come on, let's head down. The shadows here lurk underground. I don't quite understand why. It may be because they're drawn to something.
Underground? How are we going to get there?
How? You use it every day on your way to school. Follow me.
Wait up, Cat! The hell is this place?
Welcome to the Flesh Station.
Wait, our clothes changed?
The shadows know we're here?
Since the moment we stepped in,
You should have told us!
we're still safe right here. I've come to investigate a number of times. Shadows never come up to this floor.
Did you find this place before you got caught by Kamoshida?
But it's a different story once you go down. This place is simply teeming with them.
Almost looks like a nest or something.
More importantly, what is this Mementos? It's about time you start explaining.
Mementos is everyone's palace.
Huh? What do you mean, everyone's?
A palace as grand as the previous castle only forms when a person's wishes are extremely distorted. So instead of many individual palaces, the general public has one gigantic shared palace. That's where we are now. Mementos.
Now that you mention it, this place feels a bit different from Kamoshida's palace.
When you say shared, you mean they're all put together? Even though they're just strangers?
Think of it as the collective unconscious.
I was wondering the same thing.
No, never mind. You wouldn't understand that.
So what you're saying is, using this place, we can even change the hearts of people who don't have a palace?
Correct. The steps to do so are slightly different, though.
But this place looks pretty huge. Are we gonna be able to get around just by walking?
It seems the time has finally come. Morgana! Transform! Come now, Panther. Ladies first.
A car?
No way!
We have a Phantom Mobile!
This comes from the way cognition materializes in the metaverse. Plus a bit of extra training.
Although, if you could have done that while we're escaping from Kamoshida's palace, that would have been really helpful back then.
It's not dissimilar to how you guys transform.
You turning into a car is totally different than our clothes changing.
For some reason, cats turning into buses is an extremely widespread cognition among the general public.
I've always loved this. So basically, because the film My Neighbor Totoro exists, Morgana can turn into a bus in the metaverse.
Why a bus, though?
No idea.
Wait, why didn't you do this at the castle?
Oh right, they're already saying that.
I would have if I could.
I guess the treasure being stolen, prevented him from doing it?
But that castle was cramped. There were tons of stairs, and no way this fits on top of a chandelier.
And that too, while infiltrating the palace, this also would have been way too noisy.
Hey, Skull! Ladies first!
Hey, stop pulling me! Oh, that's dangerous!
Panther, please be gentle!
All aboard! Let's go!
Why are you all just sitting back there? I'm a car, remember? I'm not going anywhere unless someone drives me.
I don't know why, but this is just one of, to me, this is one of the funniest jokes in this game. I don't know, I don't know if anyone else thinks that, but I just love how everyone just like, oh yeah, let's, and then like it just sinks in, oh wait, yeah, actually we need someone to drive.
You can't drive yourself?
Do you know how to drive?
I've played Mario Kart, does that count?
That's a bit worrying, but I'll let you handle it. I don't even have that experience to lean on.
You're probably more skilled than I am, too.
All right then, we'll leave the driving to you.
Now start the engine. You can't drive if it's not running.
Ah, jeez, what a pain. Where's the key to this thing?
Why would you need a key? There's a switch just down next to the steering wheel. That tickles. Lower, lower! Oh, there! That feels so good.
So are there buttons in here controlling your other reflexes or functions?
Is that purring I hear? Oh, what a creepy-ass car.
Don't underestimate my meowdery engine. We're going full throttle. It's time to fly!
And so, welcome to Mementos.
Whoa. And again.
So basically, we're searching the collective unconscious for his mind. Strong distortions. Okay then, we gotta look for something that looks weird and creepy. Yeah, so here, we drive around as the Morgana-mobile. Also, we can hop out and walk around on the platform. Now, are we allowed to go up? Because normally going back to the Mementos entrance is how you would save. But yeah, no, we're not allowed. Okay then. Yeah, no saving right now. Typically, the start of Mementos is a safe room. So, Mementos is essentially a callback to the dungeons in Persona 3 and 4. It's randomly generated. Also, there are chests in here.
Noticed us?
Although Shadow just noticed me from the wrong angle.
More foes! Don't lose here!
Some enemies that show up in Mementos are also different to the ones that can show up in palaces. We never saw slime in Kamoshida's castle.
Weak to fire skills.
Resistant to physical, but weak to fire and wind. No real need to worry about splurging on skills here, because we're not going to be in Mementos very long. This is just a quick tutorial visit, so we'll be fully healed after a few short fights. Oh boy, we're going to hear so much of this. Maybe to spread the SP around, I can go... How about R next? Oh, she has both fire and wind. Yeah, it's been a little while since Kamoshida's palace completed, so we've had a lot of cutscenes, so I forgot what accessories had equipped in this one. Okay, that was good timing with the all-out attack in terms of the music.
Okay.
So Mementos is the main way that you get experience and money after you've cleared a palace, because all of the palaces are one time only. Also, some of the shadows from palaces will show up later on in Mementos, so that you have a second chance to recruit them if you miss them during the palace. It's basically a convenient feature. From now on, after this tutorial visit, we'll be able to go back to Mementos at any time from the hideout, except we will also, that will also spend the day just the same way as it would normally in a palace. So yeah, here are shadows just all from Kamoshida's palace. So again, if you missed any of these, then you'd be able to find them again here. Along with some new things like slime. I was about to say new friends, but well, I mean, slime's not exactly a friend. Okay, so now we've got a three-way baton pass chain. I can get a really big Garo hit from Arn on this Pyro Jacko-land, and I keep saying Pyro Jack, I don't know why. The bigger the hit against the Disaster Shadow, the bigger the explosion damage, so I like to go for things like that. Also, we get a new victory screen here.
Okay.
Also a curse bomb, which is nice.
That was so easy, I'm yawning.
Also, sometimes in Mementos you'll find these little imprisoned gems. They'll just give you random items. There is a way, however, that we will be able to get better quality items out of these, but that's for later. At the moment, there's an exclamation mark here. In fact, I feel like maybe this first visit might be a fixed floor, but usually Mementos is completely randomly generated. I like Mementos in general because it's a good balance between like randomly generated and fixed dungeons, because in this case, like unlike Persona 3, the entire game isn't one giant randomly generated dungeon, which got a little bit excessive and draining sometimes. And unlike in Persona 4, you don't have like all of the personal dungeons for each story arc being randomly generated, because that always felt a bit awkward in 4. In 5, you've got fixed, fully, like, fully laid out, mapped out, designed dungeons for the main arcs, all the while having this mostly optional, randomly generated dungeon for you to enter at any time. It's a good compromise. And of course, I'd have to mention right now that Mementos is Joker's stage in Smash Bros. Ultimate.
That enemy was
That was
really
pretty, I feel like it would have been either that or the Velvet Room as far as, stages go. I'm okay with Mementos. It's kind of a cool stage overall, and I like the changes in it depending on whether you're going for the, depending on whether you're using P3, 4, or 5 music.
It's almost scary how good I am. Persona! It's almost scary how good I am. This'll let you.
And there we go, that would be 50 all-out attacks.
Okay. Easy win. They were nothing.
So here is the entrance to the next floor.
Joker.
So we're not allowed to go down there just yet. Once you've found the entrance to the next floor, well, normally you'll be able to walk back there any time, but not now, because now it's a fixed visit. So before we go through there, I'm gonna make sure that I have Slime equipped on Joker, because coming up is a mini-boss fight that uses physical attacks, and some quite dangerous physical attacks at that.
Whoa.
Yeah, this place looks pretty distorted. The tracks are even being, pulled into it. That's Meow Dash right in.
Hmm?
Let's find out if he's guilty.
Who are you?
Are you that stalker? Haven't you ever stopped to consider how your ex feels?
She's my property. I can do whatever I want with her.
Okay, guilt confirmed, let's go.
It's not like she didn't treat me like a plaything. What's wrong with me doing the same?
You can't treat someone like shit just because they did it to you. What a load of crap. We're gonna change the hearts of all the bastards like you.
There are millions of people far worse than me. What about Madarame? He stole everything from me, but you're letting him off the hook?
I think we're starting to find out where we may have heard about our next target.
Madarame? What the hell's this guy going on about?
We've got more pressing matters right now, though.
Get ready. Here he comes. don't see a weakness.
So, the shadows in Mementos will take the form of regular enemies, but they usually have completely different weaknesses to their Persona counterparts, so bear that in mind. They also have very different skills and tactics. They're pretty much unique mini-bosses. So, let's try Winds. Nope. Yeah, Sledgehammer. This actually hits pretty hard, so that's why I wanted physical resistance on Joker. Let's drop your attack now, make use of Arn's new skill. And I suppose I can Tarukaja, actually... Yes, he was weak to Zio, I was remembering correctly. Now, the really cool thing about Mementos mini-bosses is you can beat them with an all-out attack finisher. I like to do that where possible, but, yeah, that only did a little bit of damage. His attack is down. I could have attack dropped him here. Now, some Mementos bosses are... I'm gonna heal Ryuji right now. Some of them are vulnerable to ailments. And this was particularly infamous back in the vanilla game, because confusing a Mementos boss would result in them dropping enormous amounts of yen. Like, absolutely ridiculous amounts of yen. Well, we just got someone inflicted by Dizzy there. So yes, if you're Dizzy, you severely have your accuracy lowered, and also any physical attack is a technical against. In fact, I think any attack in general is a technical against you. So if I do this, Morgana's unfortunately not going to participate in the all-out attack, which sucks. I mean, he can still talk, though. Okay, then. Now I'm going to go for the all-out attack anyway. It's only 3 people, but it should still do a decent amount of damage. This guy's typically not that bad, as long as you don't let him smack Joker with Sledgehammer too much. And Morgana's gonna go next, so let's see. I'm gonna try this. I get the feeling he's immune, though. No, he's not. Nice. Okay, then. That gives a good opportunity for easy technicals. Like that. And even though Morgana initiated this, he's not going to be able to... What actually happens if you get a finisher this way, though? Is it still Morgana, or... I guess I'm not going to find out. And yep, that is technical.
I got too reckless. I'll back out and focus on support.
Okay, this guy is actually worth a pretty decent amount of experience. How many revival items do I have? I have 2 revival beads and 1 revive dream. I'm going to do this. A lot of people have wondered what happens if you revive Morgana after he's hiding. Well, this is what happens.
I'm using it. Playing dead isn't easy.
Yeah, he just comes back.
We're on the ground.
And perfect setup for an all-out attack finisher. It's so satisfying to beat a mini-boss that way. Yeah, 6,500 yen. Not as much as I was kind of hoping for, but at least it tops up our money a little bit. And hey, there we go, everyone leveled up. Good thing I revived Morgana.
Level up.
No new skills, though.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I couldn't stop obsessing. Not after this person I trusted used me and then disposed of me.
Hold on. Are you talking about that guy you mentioned earlier? Madarame?
I was afraid of being thrown away again, like some worthless thing.
So some selfish bastard was making you suffer too. Still, you shouldn't have dragged an unrelated woman into your mess.
Exactly. Just because you're abused doesn't give you the excuse to abuse others.
Yes, I know that now. I'll put an end to my love for her. Hey, you can change people's hearts, right? In that case, won't you change Madarame's heart before more people fall victim to him?
Change Madarame's heart?
What's that shining thing?
It's the bud of a treasure. Had we left it be, it very well may have blossomed into a palace.
Yeah, essentially that guy was on his way to becoming as distorted as Kamoshida, but he wasn't quite there yet. I do love this theme that everyone has the potential for that to happen to them. I've always kind of been a firm believer that everyone has both good and bad inside them, and again, everyone has the potential to do great evil or great good.
Joker, This will make a perfect reward.
Mementos bosses are a little different to the palace ones in that you directly get their treasures as items. And also, yes, like, some of the side quest names in this game are great. Beware the Clingy ex-boyfriend. Not Clingy, that is my username and it means something entirely different. Yes, I just love this. Still not as good as my Yormagan Don't Want None from Trails of Cold Steel 2, but yeah, it's still pretty good.
So, Nakanohara had a change of heart, right?
Most likely.
But how are we supposed to know if we succeeded?
Well, the lady posted the dude's name online. If he really does change, she'll probably comment again.
You do have a point.
Either way, training against shadows down here is the best. It's great prep for our next target.
Yeah, essentially this is your training grounds for when you're in between missions.
It's also nice to be able to give courage to the people who post their problems online.
And I alluded to some confidants earlier on requiring quests. This is what they're all tied to.
On top of that, we can sell whatever treasure we get for some cold hard cash.
Because that's the only thing that's important.
Sounds like things are going pretty great for us. All right, we did it!
Hold on. There's somewhere I want to show you guys before we leave.
What, there's more?
Don't worry, it won't take long.
I think I know what he's getting at here.
Well then.
In general, once you've taken down a Mementos target, you get the option to go back to the entrance, but not this time. There's nothing else to do in the target rooms, so no real reason not to leave.
Do it.
Yeah, Morgana's explaining that this place is randomized.
Real?
But there's a complete justification for it too. This is basically one giant mind hive, but we've already mapped out this floor. You're in the way though, so let's take you down. This is jumping the gun a little bit, but Mementos is also the place where you're most likely to get the most use out of Ryuji's rank 7 confidant ability, insta-kill. I'll go into that once we unlock it, because that is, in my opinion, the best way to grind in this game, is to run around Mementos with insta-kill. It's almost scary how often I repeat lines. That line from Morgana makes so many people think of, I'd say that enemy got the point.
Okay. No match for me.
You know what? I want to see if there are any other shadows around here I can fight, because it'd be a waste of a perfectly good free Mementos visit otherwise.
That one is no joke. Be careful.
You may have also noticed that Morgana is typically going first in battle, and that's because he has the highest agility out of all of us. Typically, whoever has the most agility goes first in the battle, so bear that in mind. Early in the game, it's definitely likely that Joker may not have the highest agility. He tends to have the highest overall level of the party due to the fact that he's always in the party, and thus will always be leveling up. Though it's not quite as extreme as it is in some other Persona games, for reasons that we'll get into actually tomorrow. In-game tomorrow, that is.
A stylish.
Maybe even real life tomorrow, depending on when I upload these. Also, these things remind me so much of No Face from Spirited Away. Why did I cancel that instead of continue to attack? That was dumb. Let's, remedy that, because I kind of wanted to show off Morgana using fire.
Stay focused. Time for my persona. Zoro, one more. This is it.
Serves you right.
Okay, guys. Let's do it. The end.
Okay.
We defeated them. Okay, let's keep going.
I think that'll be enough for now.
Hold on a sec. You guys hearing something? trains are totally running!
Of course they are. We're in the subway, you know.
Yeah, but I thought this was a palace.
And maybe this is how the public views this place? I don't know.
It's the literal train of thought.
People go through this darkness every day?
Forget that! You sure we're cool running around on these tracks?
Should be fine as long as we're not on the same ones. I think. I'm no train expert.
Ugh. Yeah, let's just drive around on the train tracks. It's totally safe. We're not going to meet the same fate as that one villain from a Disney film that made one of the most gruesome Disney villain deaths, and that's really saying something.
You've got to be kidding me!
Anyway, let's head to the lower area. It should be right after we go down that escalator.
Yeah, I mean, we had Clayton hanging himself, but that one may be worse. I don't want to spoil what film it's in, but yeah. There is a Disney villain who gets hit by a subway train while driving a car.
This way!
But this is what we're actually here for.
What is this place? It's kinda creepy.
And a dead end at that. Why does it even exist?
Now hold on. Just watch. This is most likely not an ordinary wall.
What, do you have your own version of Third Eye or something?
If my hunch is correct...
It opened!
A new area has been confirmed in the depths. Updating guidance information.
See? It's just as I thought.
What do you mean?
That wall wouldn't budge when I came here by myself before.
Ah, so that's why you wanted to recruit capable thieves.
But it'd be weird for the deepest part of Mementos to be some normal place like this, wouldn't it?
So you're thinking there's gotta be more?
Yeah. Now that Kamoshida's palace is gone and people are actually starting to talk about us, I knew something had to have changed down here.
How deep is it? Should we try going further down?
Let's not. That's not why we're here today, remember? We've already accomplished our goal. We should head back, and I'll explain more once we're home.
And so that'll be for next time.
Hey, look!
But before we leave, new royal contents.
A person? In Mementos? Maybe it's this one. Ooh! Tasty.
Hey, what's he drinking?
Floating cognitive air flowers, apparently.
Oh. I thought I felt something strange for a second. So, who are you guys? We should be asking you that. Good point. Sorry about that. It's customary for a human to introduce itself before asking another human for its name. Thanks for reminding me, Mr. Tanuki? No, Cat? What took so long to come up with cat? And I'm not either of those.
Yeah, getting confused about that seems pretty normal to me.
My name is Jose. I'm looking for flowers.
That name would normally be pronounced Jose, so I'm not sure why it's called Jose here.
I'm pretty surprised to see some normal humans running around. I didn't know people could just come here. Well, we are pretty special. Wait, that's not important. Who you are is what matters right now.
When you said you were looking for flowers, did you mean that floating thing?
That's right, pretty lady. Those seem to be the ones I've been looking for. I'm collecting as many of them as I can, because I'm studying humans.
Studying humans? That's why you turned a flower into a drink?
Yep.
Drinking flower juice counts as studying?
Well, it definitely does for Joker. It gives him better social stats.
Hey, could you guys help me with my research?
How?
By collecting flowers for me. I wouldn't ask you to do it for free, though.
I find all kinds of stuff you can use while you're exploring. I'll trade you some of that stuff for more flowers.
Well, what do you think? Should we try and get him some flowers?
Seems like it could do us some good, but we don't know this kid. We gotta be careful.
And we also don't know how he can just waltz into Mementos and then talk about things as if he isn't human.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. Let's give him a hand. He seems like he could use it, and it shouldn't be too hard to pick flowers while we're exploring, right?
Okay. Any other reasons?
He called me pretty lady.
No! Lady on!
It's probably fine. I mean, he said he'd give us useful stuff and all. What'd he say?
Meanwhile, Morgana is just staring at the camera, depressed.
Well, are you going to help me find the flowers or not? Thanks.
Wait! Hang on a second! We still have no idea who this kid is!
And he's gonna steal my role as mascot if you're not careful.
Don't go thanking us just yet, bud!
Aw, are you tired, kitty? You seem grumpy.
I am not a cat! And I'm not grumpy!
It's always fun when someone says, I'm not grumpy like that.
Oh, okay. Then, are you hungry? I learned hunger can make a person turn grumpy.
Then also, they're not them when they're hungry. Maybe that's how some shadows appear.
Here, you can have this.
Milk taste cookies. That doesn't sound appealing.
Thanks, but I'll pass.
What exactly is in it to make it milk taste?
Well, yeah, you're making the kid worry about you even more. Guess there's no way out of this one.
I'll be looking for flowers around here, so stop by and say hi if you see me. Oh, and I guess just gathering flowers would be kind of boring, huh? Since you humans seem to enjoy playing so much, I'll come up with some fun games for you. Ah, I also remembered something humans like to say to each other. Good job.
Who in the hell was that?
I'd love to know.
If he's studying humans, does that mean he isn't one? I mean, he just seemed like some nice kid.
He did have yellow eyes, though, like certain wardens we know.
Well, he didn't feel like a shadow. I wouldn't say he's dangerous. At least for now.
Anyways, if we see any of those flowers he wants, I guess we can grab them for him.
Whoa! Hey!
For some reason, this part is not voiced, and it's kind of weird why. Because it's arguably the most important thing this guy is doing right now.
Huh?
Huh.
Wait!
Well, for in the cognitive world, that's gonna work, so, we wish to be level 99 instantly. Or not really.
Hey! Doing good?
Hey, wait!
Again, I wish to be level 99.
All right.
Both of you use your wishes on food. Thankfully, we didn't get to know what Morgana's wish was. It would probably involve something to do with Arn.
Huh?
Hey! Well then.
And so, back we go to the real world. While Arn is distorting very weirdly.
Mementos, huh? Still don't really get that place. Oh, and what was that wall thing we saw at the end?
Not entirely sure, but that wall must have been there for a reason. If Mementos is the public's palace, though, it might be affected by the general public's belief in us.
Why do you know so much about it, Morgana?
My memories are a little foggy in that regard. However, I need to know what lies in the depths of Mementos, no matter what.
No matter what?
Mementos is not just everyone's palace. It's the source of all palaces. It used to be that palaces like Kamoshida's with one ruler simply didn't exist.
Yeah, before people would have TV world dungeons, but they were a lot smaller and less involved than those giant palaces.
So if we can do something about the greatest cause of distortions, I'm certain my appearance will...
You wanted someone to save you, too.
I just needed pawns.
Yeah, it's not like I care about you or anything, or I'm tsundere or anything.
I see. So that's why you came poking your nose around with us.
I've said this probably before, but all cats are inherently tsundere. It is in their DNA.
I'll help you. I hope you can regain what you've lost.
I'll be relying on you guys.
By the way, Morgana, are you a boy? Or might you be a girl?
Yeah, I feel like actually Morgana's gender is meant to be ambiguous up until this point, but I've been referring to him as a he because he, yeah, officially Morgana is male, and it's, yeah.
That is a possibility.
People say, like, in the Echoes prologue, boy, girl, Gold Knight. In this case, it's boy, girl, car.
I wish I could deny it, but I just can't be sure.
Why not? In any case, of course I'm male.
Yeah, despite having a female voice actress in both Japanese and English. In fact, in Japanese, Morgana is voiced by Ikue Otani, the voice of Pikachu and of Tiki in Fire Emblem. But yes, Morgana is male.
What is it?
Or at least identifies that way.
No, it's nothing. We're done talking about that. Anyway, we now know that we can perform minor changes of heart in Mementos. If we come across any eye-catching leads, it may be worth dealing with them for a bit of combat practice.
There weren't any other outstanding ones, though.
I bet we'll get tons of them if we can change someone famous and make the Phantom Thieves well known. The big fish are our main targets, after all.
First, you need to find a way to get through your exams.
Oh yeah, those are still happening.
I gotta study.
So yeah, this will be our training place from now on. Mysterious blue-head guy! Who might not be so mysterious if you've seen even the original game's opening movie. I mean, Ryuji kinda has a point. Some fame is necessary. But that shouldn't be the only reason we do this. But you gotta make sure you're helping people for the right reasons. Yeah, I kind of wonder actually how this went in Japanese, because, you know, just hearing the name, you wouldn't know how it's spelled in kanji, so maybe he actually tried writing it out in kanji and it maybe was wrong? The me in Madarame is definitely I, though. Of course you haven't. The magic exam security blanket. If you hold it while studying, your brain will grow multiple sizes. Yeah, no, probably not. It always reminds me of how I actually like how Princess and the Frog kind of deconstructed the whole Disney wishing on a star thing by saying,
What's up?
like, having a wish is good, but you still have to work hard to achieve it. Are you going to be giving us exposition? Oh boy, a whole lot of exposition. Okay. I accidentally pressed number 1. I was going to say, what exactly is it?
Right.
Collective powers of the general public. Okay, well this is actually good to know.
Anyway,
In a way, Mementos has probably always existed, even in Persona 3 and 4. We're probably tapping into it in those games. It's just kind of manifested differently in the year this game takes place. And being the cognition of the people, the more people know about us, the more it will change, and the more of it will open up. Essentially, the more you progress in the main story, the more you can progress in Mementos. Jose is, I have conflicting thoughts on him, but I'll talk more about that later.
but seriously,
I suppose I can ask about this final
Well.
topic. He'd say he wanted to dive deep into Mementos earlier. I think has become like your catchphrase.
oh, and
So yeah, days of bad weather, I've already explained this in Arn's bio. There are some skills that take effect during bad weather. That's mostly notable in Mementos because you have more control over when you go to Mementos at different points in the game. There might be some times where there's heavy rain, for example, and there's no major target active, so Mementos is the only option when it comes to exporting those skills. KG Mobile. And more talk about this Madarame. According to one person, though, he apparently threw him aside like trash. We also know of another person who used to be an artist but is now homeless. What is the connection between all of these things? Well, we'll find out.
Let's do it.
After exams, and a few more new confidants. Look forward to all that coming up soon.